So, I start a lot with so. I've noticed that. And I've tried to, sometimes I edit the video, so I clip the so out of it. But we went yesterday, and first of all, I took the drone to work, and I had my first ever daytime flight with it at work. And my colleagues came to watch, and I don't know why, but I had set the return to home, because what the drone does, it basically, if it's in a spot and you're way at the opposite place, so what it will do, it will go up to whatever height you have set, and then it would fly at the high altitude and then come back to your... But my eyes, I lost the drone into the clouds. I just could not see it. And what it did, it took it, because I've found that going up it's fast, but coming down it's quite slow actually. And it took it for ages. Now I've set the return to home distance or height to 50 meters, which should be higher than anything around here. And so took a video in front of our... there was a bird, or there was a flock of 3 birds that were... I think I got it once in the camera, but they were kind of dodging, trying to scare my drone away. I don't want to get into toss... what do you call it? A fight with the birds, so I flew up and away. But anyway, I got a video, and the picture quality is quite nice. The only thing which people have had debates on, whether to film with the dome on or not. If you're doing it in the daytime, do remove the dome. Or, I mean, let's say that if you're fairly confident that you're not going to crash the thing, or you're not going to fly it into any walls, because you'll see in the video that I post here, but there are these weird flare effects, and I bet they're caused by the dome, because there was no such light effects there. And then we went, later that day, we went to Keittiömaalla. So we have our kitchen design being made now. And next Tuesday we're going to have a look at the design and then decide what we're going to amend in the design, because obviously it's going to cost an arm and a leg depending on what we choose. So, but the guy was fairly knowledgeable, and there's an oven now which I think we're going to go with. There's an oven now that doubles as a microwave, so you get 2 in one go, so 1 less piece of kitchen equipment. And then if you buy 5 Siemens products, you get 50% off of everything, off of your whole order. And then the oven on its own, because it's I believe it's going to be replaced with another model, but what is happening with the oven is they give you 60% off from the oven. So if we get the dishwasher, an induction heater, a gas heater, so two kind of burners each. So there's 2 places on the induction hot plate, and then there's going to be 2 gas burners. So dishwasher, induction, gas, then the oven, That's the fourth, and then the ventilation or the sucking device on top of, what's that called? I don't know. But anyway, all of these combined are 5 items, and if you buy 5 items you get 50% off. And now we gave the story, and then the floor is going to be, I think it will be microcementi, which is basically you can cast it, what do you say, lay concrete, cast, you know, valu, don't know. But anyway, you can have it as thin as 2 or 3 millimeters, but I'm thinking of popping out all the old tiles from the kitchen and then doing the area that doesn't have the tiles anymore, then this micro cement on it, and then you get to choose colors onto it, and then you wax it, I guess, or you put lacquer on it, and then it pops the color. Let's see how it goes. What else? Yeah, I took another video from there, and I got a nice shot of Kehä 3 in Hämeenlinnan tie. Or is it Hämeenlinnan tie? I'm not even sure which road it is, but there's a big, what do you call it? Liikenne. There's a, well, you'll see in the video. There's a lot of traffic there, and that's 250 meters high in that video, and the maximum that you can fly with that Mavic is 500 meter. So if I lost it at something like 200 meters, it's impossible to see if it goes up to, what do you call it, 500. You need binoculars to be able to see it. But anyway, I shall go make some food. Here it comes again. So this thing here is the controller for the Mavic, and it's previously been operated by my phone, obviously not with the cover, but it's about that size. But then I went online and I saw somebody operating this thing with an iPad mini, and we've already had discussions about buying a new iPad, but that's it there. And since I was flying it, well, let me see if I can find it. They've got these cords or connectors for your phone or iPad. So there's actually an iPad or an iPhone connector. There's some bigger, and this is the one that works with my phone. So it's micro USB. And it hooks up to the end here, the end of the remote control. Well, I thought I'd just leave the cord in. That I'll fly it with the iPad, but then I'll have the cord sticking there if I, for some reason, don't have the iPad with me or I'm doing something. And I left this sticking in there. But what that does, it directs all the signal or the signal that is produced by the drone coming in. It doesn't get into the iPad because it shoots it into this thing that isn't connected. So it isn't intelligent enough to know that I'm using the port at the back. So I struggled and I struggled and I struggled. And I actually flew about, the first time I actually spent the whole, what do you call it, 20, until I got the battery warning that your battery is low, please return home. And I did a circle around the pond, and actually the thing I now went up to 100 meters, and I was in the cloud. Well, I'll post the video. And as said previously, I really need the micro SD card adapter because it's absolutely a pain to try and get the data off of that. So I need the adapter to be able to. So today we're going to go with this new iPad thing because it's, you see more where you're flying. And I tested flying when I flew it very high and kind of away from my eyesight. Apparently that's illegal in some countries. So when I flew it out of my eyesight and I tried to fly, not with this but the phone, but yeah, it works quite nice. And then you have what's hooked up to this is Google Maps. Well, I think it's Here Maps. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, you can see your drone flying on top of the map. Obviously, you need to be, if you're flying, well, you get a small screen where you see what the camera is seeing, and then you see a big screen of the map. So you can fly just by the map and say, ooh, I'm going there. But then obviously you need to pay attention that the camera, you're not hitting anything. So you need to, yeah, you maybe could fly at attitudes where you try to avoid stuff, but I don't feel confident enough to actually operate the thing. This being an MS related vlog, let's say my feeling of feeling really horrible, I've had several days during this week where I've really kind of, I don't know if that's even true, but I've felt healthy. Obviously then you get setbacks or you have these worst days. I'm not saying that I would be healed of anything, but I feel like there has been positive days. And what do you call it? On the WhatsApp group, Mom had some blood clotting issue, and yes, I believe my MS is caused by blood clots in the brain, and the surefire way of getting blood clots is to eat a lot of saturated fat. This study by this Dr. Swank was that he did on mice, how he could see the red blood cells just clumping together. They're like stack of coins because normally they have like opposing magnets that they kind of repel each other. But when a fatty meal was consumed, then the red blood cells, they're just clotted together. And that's what I think that has happened. And the small veins in my brain, they have burst. And then that has caused neurological damage. And I could go off. Yeah, that's one thing. MS was previously considered to be a circulation disease. But then, for some reason, neurologists decided that, ooh, no, this is our disease. We want to own it. And we shall call this that it's your body's own immune system that is attacking you. It has nothing to do with these. And then this blood theory, it has been completely dropped until Dr. Zamboni from Italy, he has this practice of doing CCSVI, which is basically open up your jugular veins to get better drainage of blood at your brain. So I think Elisa has now taken the dogs, so we have, as you know, we have kitchen renovation, and Terhi's jumping at the bit to go and check out stuff for the kitchen. And today there's micro cement investigations. But I looked at the installation video and they were talking about 9 days. Did I get it? Yeah, nine. So basically every single time you put a coat of this micro cement on, you wait for 24 hours. And when you're satisfied with the surface, you sand it, and then you lacquer it, and then you do lacquering again. I think the lacquer layers, they're 1 hour apart, but you were suggested to do like 5 layers of them. And then after that, after the last layer of lacquer, then 9 days. So how are we going to ever put a kitchen there? Ah, yeah. But you know what? I'll try and combine some of the flying footage that we get with Elisa today. I'm thinking that we're going to go to Malminkartano. There's the highest point in Helsinki, and I'm going to go there and fly around a bit and get some. And as usual, Jesus Christ is my King. Amen. I want a perfect body.